Hey! That was loud. It's the Jeff Sanguis Show. How we doing out there? Thanks for stopping back by. That is, if you listened to episode 0. If you didn't listen to episode 0, you can go listen to that if you want to. It's not like you really need to. It's like some big setup. There's no secret origin story available to you in episode 0. It was just the one I did before this one. And this one, technically, I'm not even going to call episode 1. I might call it episode 0.1. I don't know. Just want to do something real quick. Throw something out there because I've been working feverishly to get ready for episode 1. And learning more about podcasts. Doing some more research and deciding that I would like to make sure that the podcasts are downloadable. And if you did listen to episode 0, I made it abundantly clear that I am tech stupid. I am computer dumb. I don't know shit. So when I sit down to figure these things out by myself, it goes slow and I get very frustrated. I don't deal well with technology. I have punched car stereos like I thought that was going to make a difference. Like the punching of the car stereo that would not work. I don't know. Yeah, I did that. That's how fucking dumb I was. In my frivolous youth, i.e. my mid-20s, I should have been more grown up. But so yeah, so there we go. It's the Jeff Sanguis Show. Thanks again for stopping by, like I said. And like I said, I want to throw something together for you, something to listen to. Make sure you know I'm not just throwing one out there and going, ooh, and it's too hard, and nothing like that. No, nothing like that. Just want to have all my ducks in a row, but at the same time, step up to plate and see if I can't get a hit, make a single right now, and hopefully the home runs will come. But Happy New Year. It's 2013. Good thing I told you that, huh? Because, most people didn't realize that, I guess. God, I wonder if there are people out there that have no clue what year it is. Maybe like in some M. Night Shyamalan type of setting they don't. But I'm imagining if you're listening to this, you have access to an iPod or a MP3 playing device of some sort, or obviously a computer, since I already told you this won't be downloadable. So fuck the MP3 devices. You're listening to this on your computer right now, and therefore, at the very least, your computer should have told you it's 2013. And that being said, Happy New Year. It's a new year, and I really don't give a shit. The passing of time, I've never celebrated it. I've just accepted it. Getting old's no fun. But also, obviously, the passing, I'm not even going to get into the passing of time. Boring. Happy another year, people. That's how I look at it. Happy another year. Happy 2013, another year. Anyone make their New Year's resolutions out there? You silly bastards making New Year's resolutions. We all know the old joke. You don't actually follow through on your New Year's resolutions. 1 month in, whatever you set out to do, whether it be to eat healthy, lose weight, quit smoking, not watch as much internet porn, whatever you set out to do, 1 month in, generally speaking, you lose track. Maybe because you attached it to a holiday that fades away quite quickly. Maybe you should just set some life goals for yourself, people. I actually had a friend, and she had this dry erase board that she would put all her goals on for the year, and she had that right in her face, she said, and she'd mark them off. And I always thought that was a wonderful idea. I got so as far as getting the dry erase board, but then actually filling it in seemed so daunting that goal in itself never was achieved. So, and telling you that should make you see much promise in me actually learning how to make downloadable podcasts. I'm really selling myself short here, aren't I? I can do it. Shit. Anyways, I'll put that on my New Year's resolutions. Hey, actually, you know what? I'll write that in there. Learn how to use dry erase board. 2007 make downloadable podcast. And then download podcast. Actually, you know what? I do have New Year's resolutions, and I'd like to share them with you right now, if you would be so kind as to allow me. Number one, I'm going to invent teleportation. I felt it was high time. I might dedicate a couple weekends to it. Really put my mind to work. Jump in both feet first. I might not be able to figure out how to use iTunes, but I will invent teleportation. Yeah, that's probably gonna happen. Two, become famous for something absurd, because obviously that seems to be the way to do things these days. I could definitely use some money for doing absolutely nothing, and becoming famous for something absolutely absurd seems a fine way to go about that. So I'm going to set out to do that as well. Maybe I'll try and become a Kardashian. I'm not sure how to do that. I imagine there's some dick sucking involved. Wow, look at. Actually, there's the truest of Hollywood stories. She sucked a dick and became famous. And what do we always say? Oh, how many dicks did she suck to get that movie role? And then we would scoff at that, like, why do you got to be like that? But look at, there was the most honest approach to becoming famous. She just sucked a dick. There's a reality fucking show for you. The Kardashian chick, the broad that sucked the dick, and then what's her nuts? The other broad that sucked the other dick. I don't remember her name. It's right on the tip of her tongue. Fuck, what was her name? She sucked Clinton's dick. Come on, people. Oh, I'm by myself. Cats. Let me ask the cats. Who sucked Clinton's dick? The cat said Melanie Griffith. I don't believe it was Melanie Griffith. I don't think she's... Well, maybe. But that's not who I'm thinking of. I don't remember her name. I'm so informed. Number 3, my New Year's resolutions. Eat whatever I want and gain no weight. So I felt... let's give that a shot. And number 4, destroy my enemies. Crush them, if you will. I have no use for enemies. And number 5, write a children's book. So those are my New Year's resolutions for 2013. Salute. Damn it, no, it's really going to bug the hell out of me. Who sucked Clinton's dick? You know what's funny is I just pictured people listening to this all yelling at me who it was. I'm going to Google this exactly how I just said it. Who sucked Clinton's dick? Question mark. Go. Monica Lewinsky. I'm glad that you can Google who sucked Clinton's dick and just get Monica Lewinsky. Hey, cats, I'm sorry. Melanie Griffith was close. Monica Lewinsky. All right. There you go. So Monica Lewinsky and Kim Kardashian sucking dicks. Or, you know what? They could seek out young girls who want to be famous and give them dicks to suck. They can get B-list celebrities, to come over and then Kardashian and Lewinsky will present these girls with these B-list celebrities' dicks to suck, and then they see if sucking the B-list. Now I gotta think of some B-list celebrity names. I don't see that happening. You just sucked Leif Garrett's dick. Now, where does that take you to? I think most girls would know that sucking Leif Garrett's dick won't get them anywhere, though. Yeah. See there, right there. Well, you know what? Wait, what am I talking about? Any girl that's gonna go on the show to suck a dick is gonna think Leif Garrett's dick being sucked would get her famous. You know what? I should have even told you guys about this because someone's gonna steal this idea. American dick suckers. Then we can go international. Oh, this fucking idea is huge. All right. Anyways, so there you go. Those are my New Year's resolutions and my fantastic idea for a reality TV show about sucking B-list celebrities' dicks. So Dax Shepard's dick. You know what? He's still probably A-list. Is that guy still A-list? Honestly, Dax Shepard is the new Tom Arnold. You don't put him in a movie. Just don't put him in a movie, because then it fails. Like Tom Arnold, you don't put Tom Arnold in a movie. You know, I have a list of actors that if they're in a movie, I pretty much avoid the movie simply because I know it's going to suck. And Tom Arnold's on that list. But mind you, I'll say this much: that list, there's always an exception to the rule. Tom Arnold's exception is True Lies. After that, you don't watch any other Tom Arnold movies. Mario Van Peebles. You don't watch Mario Van Peebles movies. The exception being Ali. He was Malcolm X in Ali, and he was very good in his 30 seconds. Emilio Estevez. You don't go and see an Emilio Estevez. And you know what? You know what, people? You're going to think I'm going to say The Mighty Ducks, but I'm not. I'm going to say Mission Impossible. You thought I was going to go with The Mighty Ducks for the exception, and I'm not. Which is probably angering, making a great many of you angry right now. And it doesn't matter to me because it's Mission Impossible. Simply because Emilio Estevez dies in the first 5 minutes. And that in itself was fantastic. Who else is on my list? Ellen Page. Oh, God, I can't stand her face. But the exception to the rule, yeah, I'm going to throw 2 in there. Ellen managed to squeeze 2 in. One of them's real, Inception. I give her an exception to the rule for Inception. But the other one I'll throw in there is, God, what was it called? Super? Is that what it was called? And I didn't even particularly care for the movie, but I think everyone should see the movie Super simply because Ellen Page she dies horribly in the movie, and that was fantastic. I'm so excited. You know what? You should even just go rent it now and then just fast forward through it. Imagine even if you go on YouTube, I bet you there's a clip of Ellen Page dying from that movie, and it's awesome. So yeah, Dax Shepard. I was gonna say he could be on there getting his dick sucked, but I don't think anyone's figured out that he's a B-list yet. So yeah, it's too bad for them. Anyways, actually, you know what? Speaking of great death scenes, has anyone seen Dread yet? I meant to go see it when it was in the theater because I love the Judge Dredd comic book. I was introduced to it close to 30 years ago, and fell in love with it and found every issue I could find that was released in the States. And then it's a comic book to start up in the late 70s over in England, and then it was brought over to the States for a while. Anyways, the first Judge Dredd movie that came out was a Stallone flick, and I'm a sucker for a Stallone flick, but that movie's bad. And in the comic book, okay, get this. If you saw Judge Dredd starring Sylvester Stallone, then you know what I'm talking about. And if you're familiar with the comic book, then you'll really know what I'm talking about. In the comic book, Dredd never takes his helmet off. He's never had his helmet. I shouldn't say never had his helmet off. He's never had his face shown in the comic book. 99% of the time he's wearing his helmet. There was times where his face was bandaged up or something of that nature, but you still never see his face. So, and in the Stallone flick, he takes the helmet off in the first 10 minutes. Not even 10 minutes, maybe. Anyways, that was awful. But anyways, so the new Dredd, Dredd 3D, came out in the theater, and I really want to see it, but I just don't go to the movies. I love movies, but I don't go simply because I can't stand people being around. I should say I can't stand sitting confined in the middle of a group of people that, generally speaking, are usually rude and inconsiderate and selfish and eating. Oh my God. Anyway, so in my rude, selfish, I'm speaking just probably of the eating, because how selfish of it is it to actually eat around me. Anyways, that's just my own issue. Okay, maybe it's not rude and selfish. All right, sometimes they get loud and stupid, and that's rare. It happens, but I just don't like being around people eating. So therefore, I don't go to the movies. But I want to see Dredd, and I actually just didn't get the time to go. So when it came out on Blu-ray, I went and scooped it up, and holy shit. You need to see this movie if you like action flick. If you like 80s action flicks, if you're a fan of Dredd, I'm assuming that I don't need to tell you to go see it. Dredd the comic book, I should say, Judge Dredd. But the movie itself is fantastic. The colors in it just pop. The cinematography is, I love it. I thought it was great. The story is not going to blow you away. There's nothing that's going to make you go, oh my god, the twists or anything like that. It's not that. It's the action, the way it's shot, just the look of it is just so perfect. Carl Urban plays Judge Dredd. I'm trying to think of him. Carl Urban was Bones McCoy in the newest Star Trek film that came out a few years back when they rebooted the franchise. So I think it's one thing you might have seen. A lot of people saw that. So anyways, Carl Urban was great as Judge Dredd. And actually, Judge Anderson, she is another judge. She's a rookie judge. It was her first day on the job, and Dredd was evaluating her or giving her assessment. And she's part of in the comic book. She's part of the Psi division, PSY, because she can read minds. She's a psychic, or not a psychic? Is that a psychic? Yeah, I guess so. I don't know. Anyways, Judge Anderson was great in it, and generally speaking, I keep saying things that make people probably going to make people angry with me, but I generally don't like women action stars. If there's a female in the lead role in an action movie, I usually don't care for it. Even the Alien movies, Sigourney Weaver. I mean, the movies are good until it's Sigourney facing off against the alien, and I'm like, boring. I guess, and it's not because I don't believe a woman can be strong and powerful. I'm a guy, and I don't relate. And for me, when I go to a movie, especially like an action thriller, action movie, adventure movie, like an Indiana Jones, or something like that, a Rambo, a Commando. You put yourself. For me, I put myself in the role. I'm like, yeah, I'd love to be that guy. I would love to be in this role in this movie. I never once ever think in real life, I wish I was Rambo. I've never thought I think that. I've always just thought, damn, I'd like to be an actor in this type of movie. I would love to be Rambo. That'd be so much fun to make that movie, to be that actor. That's what I think. And when it's Sigourney Weaver, I can't go, man, I would really like to be Sigourney Weaver. It just doesn't work. It doesn't happen for me that way. So I've never been a fan of female action heroes in movies. But Judge Anderson, I really dug it. I thought she was great. So Dredd, and if you like your death scenes in films and action movies to be gory and really right in your fucking face, you're gonna dig it. There is some every death is, yeah. Trust me. Just rent it, or better yet, go pick it up. Actually, Target and Best Buy both do price matching to Amazon. That's what I did. So go pick it up and check out Dredd, one of the many movies that came out in 2012. And in another episode, I'm going to actually be talking about all the really great movies that came out in 2012, because it really, it really was shocking that each year usually goes by and there's like one or two movies where I'm like, I'd like to see that. And it's been many years since I can recall the sheer number of movies that came out in 2012 that were, I gotta see that movie type of movies. So really cool. You know what else happened to me recently? That something new, something I don't even know how to say this without. Here goes. I heard a Justin Bieber song. I'd never heard a Justin Bieber song. Luckily avoided it, I guess. I was quite aware of who he was and his popularity, and I figured, I guess I always just figured wow, I guess he must be a good pop singer because so many, people like him. And then it hit me, wait a minute. When I heard the song, I'm like, ugh, this isn't actually very good at all. And that's when I said it hit me, oh, young girls love Justin Bieber and they are clueless. So it made a little more sense. It just seems like it doesn't take much to get a teeny bopper going. It doesn't. Justin Bieber, obviously, he's got something going on, some charisma, some hairdo that gets the girls all. Since I'm talking about young girls, I won't even use any sick, twisted analogy or anything like that. I'll just say it just gets them going. It gets them excited. They love his music, and they just like his pictures, and they want to meet him. And then he'll say, "Suck my dick," and they'll be like, why is he such a mean person? Am I gonna be famous now? Like, yeah, you're gonna be famous now. You're gonna be on TV. Fucking, you sucked my dick. No. Anyways, that was a callback to that dick sucking joke thing I talked about earlier. So as I heard a Justin Bieber song. It was called "As Long as You Love Me," and I gave it a chance because I'm like, okay, let me check this out. Because like I said, a lot of people like this Justin Bieber. I'm thinking maybe there's something to it. Actually, funny is I always thought it was funny is a friend of mine, Tony, who actually told me he listened to the first podcast, so maybe he'll listen to this one. Hey Tony, you remember that time? You said, I think it was on Facebook. Remember you said something on Facebook? Yeah. Remember that time you wrote on my wall on Facebook that Justin Bieber is, you were sick of Canadians taking away perfectly good jobs from American pop singers? So I always thought that was funny. Anyways, so Justin Bieber song, "As Long as You Love Me," features these lyrics. As long as you love me, we could be starving, we could be homeless, we could be broke. As long as you love me, I'll be your platinum, I'll be your silver, I'll be your gold. As long as you love something, blah, blah. And I gotta say, I'm not one for appreciating anyone's constant offense at every little thing somebody says. Because there's nothing more annoying than the pussifying of America, that every last fucking thing that tumbles out of someone's mouth makes someone else get up in arms and starts a protest of some sort because everyone's offended by something. I call it the oranging of America because the orange coffee pot has the decaffeinated coffee, and decaffeinated coffee is for pussies. So the oranging of America, I've never been a fan of that. But I gotta say, these lyrics I thought were offensive. We could be starving, we could be homeless, we could be broke. Now, I get where they were going, and I say they because I don't suppose he wrote these lyrics. Maybe he did, which makes him an even bigger shithead. But he sang them. Let's just put it that. He's saying this, and all I kept thinking was, right, starving, homeless, and broke, but, you know what, in love, so everything's just grand. That's all you need, and that's a romantic notion, fine, but let's look at the reality of it. Look at whenever I watch Cops, I'm always wondering, like, why are those really sad-looking poor people in that using that motel room as an apartment? Why are they so angry at each other? They should at least they have love. That's enough. I don't see how the starving, being hungry and losing their home and basically being broke should wear them down, because that's all they need is love. I don't know. Wow, that sounded a lot funnier to me when I thought about it than now that I say it out loud. But yeah, we could be starving, we could be homeless, we could be broke, which is a great foundation for every lasting and strong relationship. I can't see any problems arising from that. It's like, if we have no money to start off with, what's there to argue about? They can only, maybe that's the idea. If you're starving, homeless, and broke, and then you fall in love. You can only go up from there. Of course, if you're starving, homeless, and broke, you're probably just meeting other starving, homeless, broke people. And I think the chances of like running into a crackhead or some other type of substance abuser is probably, if there was a graph for that, falling in love with the homeless. Somebody's, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I should do a little more research before I start attacking Justin Bieber lyrics, because perhaps there is a strong bond to be made amongst the homeless and the broke and the starving. I don't know, but Justin Bieber, fuck you. That's all I got to say about Justin Bieber. That's pretty much all I have to say about anything. Oh. Yep. Are you waiting for me to say something else? All right. Did you hear that Conrad Bain died? The father who played, or the actor who played Philip Drummond, the father on Different Strokes, died. He was 89 years old. Died of natural causes. So he's up there now with Gary Coleman and another broad. What the fuck was her name? God, here we go again. Dana Plato. She was in Playboy or something like that. I remember that back in the day. So Conrad Bain, it must not have been easy for him. No parent wants to outlive their children, but he outlived Gary Coleman and Dana Plato, and he outlived Todd Bridges, his usefulness. So, but meanwhile, we lose 80s father Philip Drummond. He's gone. But yet, if I'm not mistaken, Max Wright is still out there sucking the dick of homeless men and smoking crack. Not that there's anything wrong with that. I don't want to be judgmental about blowing the homeless and smoking crack. I mean, actually, I suppose Justin Bieber would be very supportive of Max Wright, who was the father on Alf, by the way, sorry. Gordon Shumway. I can remember fucking Gordon Shumway, but I couldn't remember Monica Lewinsky sucked the president's dick. What is wrong with me? Anyways, you guys remember though that Max Wright was sucking homeless dick and smoking crack? On video, no less. So, Philip Drummond, Conrad Bain, Godspeed to you, sir. Anything else happening right now? I heard some amateur astronomers discovered 42 alien planets, 42 new planets, including one that was like the size of Jupiter that could possibly be habitable. So go look that one up. Go look that up. Go Google that. Excuse me. Go Bing that. A very interesting article. I read that earlier this week. And I also heard that some kid from Notre Dame, Manti Te'o, a football player that a lot of people wanted the Lions to draft in the upcoming NFL draft. A lot of people are saying, "Oh, we got to get Manti Te'o, Notre Dame," and he managed to. He told a story about his girlfriend dying, I guess, and it just took off. And next thing you know, he was on the cover of like Sports Illustrated, and everyone was talking about this, how his girlfriend died the same day his grandmother died, I guess, something like that. And then he used it as his inspiration for his football season. And it turns out he made the whole thing up. I guess his grandma did die, but his girlfriend didn't. And the girl that he said was his girlfriend she didn't even exist. It was just one big hoax. So unless maybe he got catfished. I don't know. Maybe he got catfished. Probably not. But you never know. You never know. So anyways, that's the news. That's about all I got right now. I can't think of anything else I really want to throw at you. I just was thinking about good old Conrad Bain and Justin Bieber supporting. Did I say Justin Bieber? Justin Bieber supporting Max. Maybe Justin Bieber. Ooh, that'd be great. Justin Bieber and Max Wright porn, like some young swooshed-haired boy getting blown by Max Wright and then smoking crack. With "As Long as You Love Me" playing in the background. All right. I've gone on long enough. I've said enough dumb shit. So, that's it for episode 0.1 of the Jeff Sanguis Show. Thanks for sticking around. God, I hope you come back after all that. I definitely hope you come back for the real thing. Like I said, it'll be downloadable. That is the goal. It's on my New Year's, my another year's resolutions, people, to invent teleportation and to make a downloadable podcast. So there, we're going to make that happen for you. And you can contact me at the Jeff Sanguis Show at gmail.com. TheJeffFsanguis at gmail.com. If you have any questions, anything you want me to talk about, because basically the tagline for this show I've decided is the show for people who like the same shit I like. Something along them lines. It was going to be the Jeff Sanguis Show, the world's favorite asshole, something like that. What else did we come up with? There was and then someone suggested I make an ad that says he has a glory hole story, which is true. But you know what? Right now it's the show for people like the same shit that I like. So there you go. So come back around for episode 1. I promise you it will be downloadable. Oh my God! I just said it. So now it has. I'm hoping maybe most of you have turned this off by now, and you won't have heard that promise of a downloadable podcast. But it will be downloadable. I will see to that. The Jeff Sanguis Show at gmail.com. Write me if you actually want to sit down and be my guest and hang out with me and shoot the shit, and we'll record it, make it a podcast. Why not? Because like I said, the world of podcasts, it's wide open. I just babbled for over half an hour about really nothing particular, and I enjoyed it, and I hope you did too, and I'm looking forward to doing the next one already. Every time I sit down in front of the microphone, it gets daunting. It's daunting, it's scary. You're never quite sure what you're going to say or do, and then you just get going, and it's fun. And I really hope that this grows into something real, and I find my stride, and I hope you stick around for that journey with me, because it really is going to be quite an adventure so far. This is the second one, and I had fun. So with that being the case, I'm going to let you go. I'm going to throw a little music on at the end of this, little NES 8-bit music, to see if you can guess what game this song is from. Give it a listen. It's a fun song. It's one of my favorite NES game songs. And that's it for episode 0.1 of the Jeff Sanguis Show. Thanks for lending me your ears.